Today, I'm going to share a little story about how I started my intuitive business and just sharing words of encouragement because I know a lot of people are in this entrepreneurial journey right now. A lot of people have been called to pivot and change their careers and are now, in the process of launching or expanding their own business, which is a really beautiful thing. So, from the very beginning, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but my path led me otherwise because I really was listening to external parties, external forces outside of me. You graduate from high school, you go to college, you get your degree, and I kind of let my family, I let teachers kind of decide the path for me of least resistance. I really wanted to be a writer, an entrepreneur, start my own thing, but I didn't have any role models. I didn't have anyone in my family or around me that was really that example for that. And so I went into corporate America as a publicist. I was working for a magazine and I was writing, and my editor literally told me, look, you're not going to make any money in journalism. Go change your major, switch it to public relations because that is where you'll make money. And I listened. So I spent over 10 years in public relations. And while I really enjoyed it, I really enjoyed meeting new people, working with brands, traveling, writing, planning events. My soul knew that there was something bigger and much more expansive out there for me because at the same time, corporate America was very restricting. I was working 16-hour days, traveling nonstop, just it was just so heavy, the energy, the patriarchal systems working in hospitality and being a publicist, just the dynamic. I lost a lot of my sense of self. I lost a lot of my sense of worth, my confidence. A lot of that divine feminine energy was really taken away from me. And as I, more and more took on this divine masculine structure of survival and safety, it was when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, who is 3 years old now, that I had the opportunity to change my life. And I took it. If I was going to step into motherhood, step into the sacred rite of passage, not pass down the generational stigmas, but also wounds that I experienced from my own parenting, I knew that I had to make a change, specifically in my career, because that was taking me away from family. That would take away my attention and my focus to really what I wanted to cultivate a deeper relationship to, and that was my child and myself. Most importantly, I wanted to cultivate a deeper relationship with myself, and my career was standing in the way of that because my career was someone that wasn't me. My career was that facade. It was the costume, the mask, the illusion. Everything materially about my career was beautiful, but the core of my career, the depths of it was so out of alignment from who I authentically was. And so I made a conscious decision that day that I saw that I was pregnant to change everything completely. And I didn't know that this is what I was going to do, that I would be here talking to you about intuitive business, intuitive motherhood. I very much took whatever skills, resource, and network that I had at my disposal, and I made that my bridge. So after I left my full-time corporate job and had my daughter, I started my business 2 weeks in my postpartum journey. She was 2 weeks old, and I was a VA. I supported other women entrepreneurs. I took on writing projects as a copywriter. I wrote press releases on the side. I essentially took kind of like any job that would build my confidence, build my business, so create that income and that structure, while I also worked on cultivating that deeper relationship to myself. And I sought mentors. I invested heavily in my business, but also my mental, personal, and spiritual development. I knew for me to be an entrepreneur long term, that was going to be very crucial and pivotal that I had that accountability and that I had that knowledge from other women who were the examples of what I was hoping to build within my own business and within my own company. And, that led me to mentors, to courses, intuitive certification, women's facilitator training. That led me down a beautiful road. Oh, and ancestral healing, so important for my journey and my mentorship. All of these breadcrumbs, all of these nudges from the universe, I was terrified to take each one. But I did. I moved past the resistance and I walked toward these breadcrumbs. Every opportunity, every person that came into my path, I went for it, especially if I felt in my heart that I was called or drawn to a particular person, situation, or experience, I went for it. I fully surrendered because I trusted that the universe had a bigger plan and more in store for me than I could ever know and ever do on my own. The path to entrepreneurship does not have to be lonely. It is full of mentors. It is full of experiences of these breadcrumbs. So I just want to let you know today, if you're feeling this resistance, if you're feeling this blockage, this doubt, align yourself with someone who is doing something that you love, that you admire, that will help you elevate and propel yourself even further than you could on your own. Every time I invested in a resource or a mentor, the universe gave that back to me 10 times over. The first course and mentorship program I invested in was $5,000. I wasn't even making a stable income at this point. I had to take money out of my savings, which was super scary as the mom of a newborn. It felt irresponsible. It felt reckless. But guess what? I did it. And the value, the sisterhood, the connection, the healing that I experienced from that $5,000 has paid me back 3 times that amount. In my first year of business, I was making more than I was making in my corporate job and working less, like way less. So when we follow these breadcrumbs, when we are energetically and divinely aligned, and we can say, I surrender, I trust, and I find the people who can expand me on my path, the soul connections who are literally meant to support me on my path, then you can dream your big dream, the career, the family, the relationship, all of it. You can lead an abundant life. You just have to surrender. You just have to trust it, follow those breadcrumbs wherever they lead you, and don't say no. Every time you say no, you're saying no to yourself. Unless within your heart and within your soul, it's a full body no. Because of course we come across people or mentor situations where we're like, oh, okay, is this a sign? Is this for me? Always lead and trust with your body, trust with your heart, trust that this experience, this person is for me. You'll know when someone comes into your path and you align with them and you're like, yes, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I know that this person is the person for me and they're going to move me forward. Because a lot of the time we can doubt that. Like we think, oh, I have to do it all alone, especially as women, as entrepreneurs. I have to do it alone. I'm independent. I have to struggle. All of these limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves when it's completely opposite. We get to support one another. We get to elevate each other. We get to share in all of the resource, the community. There is no competition because there is space. There is space for you. There is space for everyone. That's another huge limiting belief when we're starting our businesses. Oh, I'm not going to start this business. There's just too many other coaches. There's too many other nutritionists. There's too many other yoga teachers. That is the lie that our ego tells ourselves to keep us small, because there is a community waiting for you. There is a community waiting for your gifts. There's a person who's waiting for you to activate your gifts and to throw them out there and invite them into it. Trust me, I see it time after time with the women that I mentor, and it's a beautiful thing. Once you trust that path, once you trust that breadcrumb, once you follow that along, you're going to keep on receiving and you're not going to want to stop. So I leave you with this in this message. I resonate so personally and so deeply with you on your entrepreneurial journey, with the doubt, with the not trusting, with the super heavy, scary emotions, the limiting beliefs around making money. But I just want you to know that you are fully capable because that dream is in your heart and it is yours to actualize. So never give up. Follow those breadcrumbs, no matter how much they terrify you, and really trust and feel into your body. Feel into your body. Does this feel good? Because if it's a full body yes, then go for it. If it gives you those butterflies, go for it. Because you are here to make an impact. Don't limit that. Don't limit that because you're not willing to take the chance. Every time you bet on yourself is the best bet you can make. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, share. And if you are a heart-centered soulpreneur, if you are starting your business, or if you are launching and growing and expanding your business, I invite you to join Birthing Your Business. It's a 4-week business accelerator program with me. And it's also a mentorship. I will teach you how I run my business, how I help my clients run their 6-7-figure businesses. I will help you get aligned with your message, your purpose, so that you can really go for it. You can go for it. You could feel held. You could feel supported. You could receive all of the confirmation, validation, ideation that you require at this stage of your journey. All of the details are below. I hope this resource supports you. Have an amazing day.